You guys can prove that. Cool, cool, cool. All right, from there, guys, today's lesson is you're going to fail, right? And I think it is because there's a lot of hoorah when it comes to motivation, when it comes to joining a fitness nutrition program, when it comes to joining any mentorship, any mastermind, any event, when you start any business, when you start any endeavor, any goal that you're going after, you're hoorah because you have this desired outcome you want to achieve and you have the belief within yourself that you can succeed, right? So you believe, oh, I'm going to get a six pack. Oh, I'm going to put on muscle. I'm going to bench 315. I'm going to make six figures. I'm going to make seven figures. I'm going to sell all these houses. I'm going to build all these houses, whatever your goals are in life. And we have this belief and we have this confidence within ourselves and we have this desire to reach this goal, which is huge, right? And that's a huge part of sales. You got to sell them on the vision. You got to sell that. You got to sell yourself on your own dreams, right? And that's a huge part of it. But I think a lot of times when people get discouraged or they lose motivation or they lose drive in the pursuit of that goal, of that dream, of that vision, a lot of times is because they didn't prepare or have the mindset that they're going to fail 90% of the time, right? Specifically when you're going after a business goal or you're trying to make more money, or if you're a guy that was like single and he's not good with women, or somebody that's just brand new starting out, hasn't worked out at all, 30 pounds overweight, whatever it may be. Initially, the first few days, weeks, months, you're going to fail so much, right? And the thing is, the bigger the goal, the bigger the dream, normally the more you're going to fail. A great example is if you're just an average Joe and you decide to work on your fitness goals, you're going to fail somewhat to reach your fitness goals, but you won't fail that much if your goal is super basic, like, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds, right? If you want to lose 20 pounds, you'll probably only fail a little bit and you could accomplish it with the right coaching, with the right structure, with the right accountability. You'll fail a little bit, but you'll accomplish the goal not too hard. Now, let's say the same guy, 30 pounds overweight, wants to get a six pack. All right, now he wants not only lose 30 pounds, but now he wants to get a six pack. He wants to take it to a whole nother level. All right, he's going to fail more in the pursuit of the six pack than losing 20, 30 pounds because it's a harder goal. Now, let's say we have the same guy, 30 pounds overweight, and he's like, Devin, I want to be a pro bodybuilder, right? He's like, I want to be a pro bodybuilder. Now, not only does he want to lose 30 pounds, he wants to get a six pack, but now he wants to he wants to win his pro card. He wants to win qualified competitions against other elite competitors that want to reach their goal. He's going to fail way more on the pursuit of that greatness. See, if your goal in life is to work at McDonald's, boom, you're working at McDonald's. It won't be that hard. You won't have to fail that much to work at McDonald's. Okay, now you want to work a 9 to 5 job that makes $50,000, $60,000 a year. Yeah, you'll probably fail a little bit more, but you're probably going to accomplish your goal pretty easily. Right now, you want to make six figures. You want to hit a higher level 9 to 5 job where you're making $8,000 to $10,000 a month. If that's your goal and you're in the pursuit of that goal, you're probably going to fail even more on the pursuit of that goal than if you're working at McDonald's, the goal to work at McDonald's, right? And okay, you want to build $1 million company. All right, you're going to fail even more. So it's like the bigger the vision, the bigger the dreams, the bigger your goals are. If it's in your fitness and health, if it's in your business and finances, if it's in your impact, how many lives you want to change, if it's your personal goals, you want to be a rapper. I know some rappers here. You want to be a best-selling author. I know some of you guys are writers. You want to build a coaching business, right? You want to change lives. You want to be a social media influencer. You want to impact thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of lives. The bigger the vision, the bigger the aim, the goal, you need to realize not only is it more harder to actually accomplish and it's going to take you longer, it's going to be harder, but you have to prepare yourself mentally that you are going to fail more. You are going to get rejected more. You are going to stumble more than on the pursuit of some basic level goal, right? The reason I want to bring this up to you guys is because I think a lot of times there needs to be a balance between the idea that you believe in yourself and you have these dreams and you have these ambitions, you have these goals, and you join a coaching program, you join a mastermind, a mentorship program, you go to an event, whatever, you get all hyped up. You have this belief in yourself that you can accomplish these goals, which is good, but you also need to give it with a sense of reality because you want to be an optimist and truly have crazy obsession, belief in yourself that you can achieve anything you put your mind to. But you also need to have reality that there's a million other people who want exactly what you want, that it's the bigger your goals are, the harder it is, the longer it's going to take, and the more you're going to fail, the more you're going to get slapped in the face, the more you're going to get rejected. You need to understand the bigger the dream, the bigger the grind, the bigger you're going to get punched in the face, right? And so if you want to avoid that stuff, you will, by a byproduct, by avoiding failure, by avoiding rejection, by avoiding these hard things, you're literally going to limit yourself to a smaller life, to a smaller version of yourself, right? And I think at the end of the day, if you're going to pursue some sort of goal, you might as well pursue the highest level that you're capable of achieving. Because at the end of the day, this is about becoming the best version of yourself. I don't want you to lose 20, 30 pounds just so you could be an average Joe. I'd rather you push it all the way and lose 40 pounds and get a ripped six pack so you look in the mirror and you're like, I'm a sexy beast. You can't stop me, right? I'd rather you, okay, you're broke. Okay, I'd rather, instead of you just trying to get a 9 to 5 that pays $50,000 a year, I'd rather you say, I'm going to make six figures or multiple six figures. I'm going to be my own boss. I'd rather you pursue a higher level goal. Obviously, there's going to be lots of mini goals in between, but I'd rather you aim higher, because at the end of the day, that's going to push you to your full potential, to your greatness, and to the man that you're meant to become, because you're not here to be small. You're here to be big, to be grand, right? But the message here today is also have in mind that failure is good, that getting rejected is good, that if people don't believe in your dreams, it's good, that if your goals are so big that people say you should aim smaller, that's good, right? Because that actually means that you're aiming high enough, you're dreaming big enough, that you're working hard enough, right? Every no is one step closer to a yes. So aim to get more no's, aim to fail more, right? Obviously, you gotta, there's certain things that you need to make sure you're doing the right things. But a lot of times, the more you're failing, the more you're going to succeed, right? So the clear message, making it point blank simple for you guys today, is with your big dreams, with your big goals, and everything you want to achieve in your health, your wealth, your relationships, your fun, your personal life, your lifestyle, every single goal and vision that you have set, I want you guys to have a hint of reality that the bigger you dream, that the bigger goals you have, the more you're going to get rejected, the more you're going to fail. And that's actually a good thing. Prepare for that. Prepare for that, because the top people, the reason that people get hit in life and end up losing motivation, end up not pursuing their goals, end up quitting, right? It's because they weren't prepared to lose. Now I want you guys to prepare to lose. You want to hope for the best, work for the best, believe you're going to get the best, but also know that failure is a reality. And now, how are you going to bounce back from that? How are you going to bounce back if something tragic happens? For example, all the people that lost their job in COVID-19, if they were prepared to bounce back from that, how were they prepared to handle that, right? Any failure that happens in your life, prepare for the worst case scenario. What if that person leaves you? What if you don't accomplish that goal? What if that job doesn't go through? What if you get fired from your job? What if they let you go? What if this, that? Prepare. For example, me, I make all of my money online, primarily from Facebook and Instagram is where 95% of my clients come from, is Facebook and Instagram. What if Facebook and Instagram took me off, which they have multiple times, off Facebook and Instagram? What if Facebook and Instagram got knocked out completely? They don't exist anymore. What would be my game plan? But I'm prepared for that. I'm already prepared for that. So think about, in your business and your fitness goals and any goals that you have, what if things don't go your way? What if failure happens? What if the worst case scenario happens? Do you have a game plan, a procedure that you're going to go through to bounce back from that and to maneuver and pivot in those moments, right? Failure is an option, guys, and so it's very likely. So just want to give you that hint of reality with, all the motivation, the hoorah, you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. I also want you guys to know, hey, failure is an option. Obviously, if you never quit, you'll never fail. And honestly, that's not true either. because there's plenty of people who never quit that fail, right? But were they even trying is my question, because if you're really trying, you will not fail, right? So with that being said, guys, is there any questions regarding the talk? Daniel, I know you just hopped on. Basically, you're going to fail. Basically, failure is an option, and you want to prepare for failure, because we are hoorah. We have belief in ourselves that we can achieve our wildest dreams and reach our goals, our fitness goals, everything that we want. And that's the game plan. We have that crazy belief in ourselves. But a lot of people lose motivation. A lot of people lose drive. A lot of people get knocked on their ass, get knocked out because they weren't like Mike Tyson, right? Everyone's a badass until they get punched in the face. Well, hey, let's get prepared to get punched in the face a little bit. Let's get prepared to get some rejection. Let's prepare to fail a little bit. So mentally, when it happens, because it's bound to happen, we're ready mentally, which is the most important thing, because your mindset's the most important thing. So when life does punch you in the face, when that chick does leave you, when bad stuff does happen in your life, how are you prepared to fail mentally, right? Obviously, we're all prepared to win, but are you prepared to fail? Because you're going to fail, especially the bigger goals you have, the more you're going to fail, right? So we need to prepare for that, so we don't lose motivation, so we don't lose drive, so we don't quit in the pursuit of our greatness, of our full potential, of accomplishing all of our wildest dreams and goals, right? Literally, you run through, what if that person does leave me? What if all the banks collapses? What if all social media platforms collapses? What if my business collapses? What if that person robbed me? What if the job fired me? What if that person dies? What if, like, not like you're like living your life like that, but you're mentally prepared and even physically prepared for that, right? Preparing for worst case scenarios. We're hoping for the best. We're pursuing the best. We believe the best is going to happen, but we know what we're going to do, and we're mentally prepared if the worst case scenarios happen. We have a game plan. We know what we're going to do. We already accept that's a reality. So when it happens, we're like, good, I'm ready. Boom. What's next? I already have a game plan. Let me follow that. Oh, if X, Y happens, boom, I'm already prepared for that. Boom. Like Calvin, for example, got laid off from his job. You already should have had 3 jobs lined up because you're prepared for that, right? The entire time you're working your job, looking at different options. Okay, if I get fired from this job, this is what I'm going to do. This is the business I'm going to start. Oh, I already have this much money saved up. Like, I already know what I'm going to do. You're prepared for that, right? If you can't go to school next year, or the military, whatever it may be, what is your option? What is your game plan? What are you going to do if that doesn't happen, right? So if it happens, you're not just lost. Oh, what am I going to do now? You have a game plan to pursue, right? If XY business doesn't work, what are you going to do? If you don't make XY money, if XY client doesn't pay money, I already see. This is the thing. Like, a lot of people get messed up. I work in the business. I know thousands of other coaches. A lot of coaches fail in my position because they'll sign up 20 clients, and then like some clients don't make their payments, and then they're struggling financially. It's like, bro, you should have signed up those 20 clients, and then you should have signed up. Then you should have signed up an extra 20, 30 clients the same month. You should have been making more money. And so you're not reliant on anybody. You shouldn't be reliant on the government. You shouldn't be reliant on other people. You shouldn't be reliant. You are your source. So you need to prepare for that stuff, because you can't depend on other people. You can't depend on a job. You can't depend on a school. You can't depend on these things, because sometimes they're going to fall short. You can't depend on people, because sometimes they're going to fall short. But you can depend on you. Yeah, you can depend on God, but you can depend on you and what you can do, right? Cool. Any questions regarding that, guys? Let's keep it centered on this Monday motivation regarding the speech. I don't want some random bull crap like, hey, what should I do for my macros? Let's keep it on this topic. Any questions, guys? Greatness. Prepare for failure. That's the first thing you learn in combat. First thing you learn in combat, right? Failure. That's the first thing you should always learn. But I mean, that's not good sales. But so you're gonna fail. No, you're going to succeed and achieve your wildest dreams, but failure is a reality, right? Cool. Any questions, guys? Calvin, Daniel, Alex, Paul, Nathan, any questions, guys?
See, you said only,
Yeah.
you said not regarding anything fitness related, right?
Yeah, let's keep it on the topic. Is there any questions regarding this topic?
Yeah. Um, Not particularly, but I was thinking, I was like, damn, he's right. Just
Well,
what
think
if,
about all the times you failed in life and you weren't ready,
mhm,
and how much more that hits you. But if you're ready for it, at least mentally, at the least, it would affect you a lot less mentally and emotionally because you're like, oh, I already accepted that as a possibility.
right?
I already accepted that this girl could have cheated on me or left me. Oh, okay, that guy's going to be a lot more prepared if that ever happens. Not saying that's what you want to think is going to happen or whatever, but you're mentally and emotionally prepared. Oh, this business doesn't work. This client doesn't pay. This job leaves.
Mhm.
This job lays me off. You should be mentally, financially, emotionally prepared for all that stuff, and you should have a game plan for these things because this is life. Life is no guarantee, right? So
Right.
cool. Any other questions, guys, or comments? Anything you want to share?
For this topic, right? Like
Yeah,
failure.
yeah,
All right. All right. So whenever I fail or something, because it's bound to happen or whatever, I I kind of rely on like money and then my ability to work and you know what I mean? Now my issue is there's a lot of there's people in the past that'll like look down on they'll bring up my failures. Does that make sense? Or they'll hold that against me and then I get in my head about that. Does that make sense?
yeah. But the thing is, you can't dwell on the past if you're moving forward. The only time you have
Yeah,
time to dwell on
that's
the
true.
past is when you're staying stagnant.
Yeah, but I'm I I don't know what my mind block is on that one. I kind of just like I don't know,
All thoughts, words, and
All you
actions
all
need
you
to
can
be.
do is block those kind of people, but
Yeah,
shoot,
you don't
man.
mess with people that are trying to bring you down. See, people who try to bring you down aren't doing well themselves. The only people who can bring you down are people beneath you, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing the best either, but it's like I'm doing well for myself since I've been out of prison.
Every thought, word, and action needs to be aligned towards what you want to achieve. You have no time to think about any negativity. You have no time to
Yeah,
think about anybody. Anybody tries to pull you down, anybody tries to give you some BS, you literally tell them what up, cut them off, or say, hey, stop. I'm gonna block you, or hey, don't let them in your life. Don't talk to them. Or don't, at the bare minimum, if they're people you love and want to keep in your life, don't have those conversations. If they continue to bring it up, say, hey, if you continue to bring this up, I'm not gonna continue to talk to you because I'm trying to do
yeah,
better for my life. I'm trying to move forward. These are my goals. These are my ambitions. This is what I'm doing with my life. I can't let my past hold me back.
yeah. That makes sense. It gets me pretty down. And I wouldn't even want to deal with it, period. But I get it. It's sometimes we got to deal with people like
Or
that.
no depression, only obsession.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right? Only
Yep.
only moving forward. No depression. It'd be better to be angry than to be sad and dwell on things. Because really,
Yeah. And
depression is a state of mind.
yep.
There's chemical and like all this bull crap, but at the end of the day, your feelings are going to come from what you're focusing on, where your thoughts are
Yep.
at. So if you're
So
depressed, you're thinking about the wrong things. You need to be
don't focus on it.
you need to be thinking about the positives. If you think about the positive, you're going to be feeling and thinking positive. You're going to be, and then so
Yeah.
then you'll be able to take positive action and get positive results. If you're literally dwelling on negatives, you're going to have negative emotions, negative charges, negative thoughts, negative self talk, and you're going to take negative actions and you'll get
Yeah.
negative results.
I I get a lot of that too. I should probably start getting more books and study.
Screw all that, bro. You need to literally write down on paper what do you want? Money, what impact, what do you want to do? What body you want to have, what relationships you want to have? Then you need to figure out what are you going to do to reach that? And then you need to do
Yeah.
that every single moment, every single day. And then you need to slap yourself every single time you're not doing that. You need to ask
Yeah.
yourself, is what I'm doing, is what I'm thinking, is this energy, how I'm feeling right now, going to get me what I want? If it's not,
Yeah.
then slap yourself in the face, wake up, and get back to what's going to get you the result.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, you want to talk about, you want some self-improvement, you know, will do you a lot better than reading a book. I mean, you could drop down and do 1,000 burpees.
Yeah, that's way better. That's true.
I mean, you can listen to an audiobook or do some motivational speeches while you're dropping down doing 1,000 burpees or running 10 miles like Alex, right? But you're on the pursuit of doing something, and then you feel worthy.
Yeah,
See,
there's more motor, there's more yeah, there's more of like a self-worth when it comes to exercise.
you achieve. If you're reading a book, like I've read lots of books, so I'm not talking crap about books, but you read a book, you're fulfilling somebody else's. They wrote the book.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should write a book, but they did that. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Read it. You're reading somebody, but what are you doing?
that's true.
Go
That is
run 10
true.
miles. Go, you know what? You want to build some self-confidence. You want to feel good about yourself. Set out something you know you've never done before, or something you know is going to be ridiculously hard, and go out and give your very best to achieve it. Do it today. It doesn't need to be like I need to run a Ironman, right? It could be like
Yeah.
never ran 6 miles before, or I've never ran a 6-minute mile before. Let me try it.
Yeah.
I've never done 1,000 push-ups in a day before. Let me do it. I've never done, I've never made this much money in a day before. Let me do it. Right? Like, and then
Yeah.
set the goal and do everything it takes to accomplish it.
Yeah.
Right? Cool. Any other questions, guys, or comments?
Mm-mm. That was pretty good.
Fire. Alex, anything? Alex, Paul, Nathan, anything?
Yeah. So I guess like if those media platforms do crash, like what do you have in mind if that doesn't go through?
For what?
Just I guess source of income, like do you have
We've been hustling. I've been hustling since I was 14 years old. I've been making money doing businesses. So, um, literally, so I literally, if I'm on all platforms, right? And so I literally know that if those platforms got down, they'll be able to succeed with other platforms, right? And let's say all platforms went down, I know I would succeed with the physical business, right? I know I would succeed with physical training. Now, let's say we're in an economic collapse and all social media platforms go down and training is not an option. I would literally pick something I could make money with that I know I could do well. The first time I made over $10,000 was not doing this. I made over $12,000 in a month collecting signatures, but I would talk to 400 people a day. You could make that much money in a day if you would talk to 400 people a day. You need to figure out a product or service that people need that you can get paid for daily, weekly, and you literally talk to hundreds of people a day. And if you're smart about it, you'll go into the places that the people resonate at, right?
for sure.
My like literally, I have a friend, like literally, I have capital, so it's different. If you have capital, I have capital. I could buy a truck and buy a snowplow. I'm right now, there's 3 feet of snow every single place I go. I literally could build a business plowing snow and shoveling people's driveways and literally and make a killing doing that if I wish. I wouldn't want to do that. Right. So there's just a million
Yeah,
different options, right? But
for sure.
the main thing that's when it comes to making money or this and that is the hustler's mentality, right? Before then, I used to work 3 jobs before I became like before I did this full time. I worked 3 jobs. I worked 80 hours a week. 80 hours a week. I would start work at like 8 a.m. and I wouldn't get off work until 9 p.m. Six,
Yeah.
7 days a week. And people wonder why I could invest. My first business mentor, I invested over $8,000 into. Well, I was working over 80 hours a week for a year. You work over 80 hours a week for a year, you're going to have some cash,
For sure.
right? So even then I was a hustler, but I was pretty miserable doing some of the jobs. Or not miserable, but because I need to do stuff. So, but they're both fun because I learned sales.
Right.
Right. I worked full time at GNC and I worked full time as a personal trainer at Fitness 19. 80 hours a week. Right. And so at the gym, 20 hours was about sales and just doing like stupid cold calling and basically trying to generate business. And the other 20 hours, I was training my clients. And then at GNC, 20 hours was literally just sitting around and like reading nutrition labels and learning about supplements and like stocking the shelves and changing the labels. And then the other 20 hours was actually selling people on supplements and trying to rip people off.
Yeah.
Well,
Sounds about
most
right.
supplements are a ripoff, but you literally, because you got incentivized, you get incentivized. The more sales you make, the more money you make. So
Yeah.
I was literally selling these Chinese, Asian people all day on multivitamins and fish oil and like konnichiwa.
Yeah.
I'm like, buy 2 for 1, 2 for 1. Yeah, all day, all day. They'd spend like $500. And how many times have you went to the GNC or a supplement place and spent $500 on supplements? I do that all the time because I worked at the mall.
Yeah.
So we got thousands of people going through our stores a week. And I would just make a killing selling protein powder, multivitamins, fish oil, Q10, fat loss pills, everything. You name it, I sold it. So that's how I additionally learned sales, that and selling personal training. So all of you guys who are struggling with money or whatever, like getting started, sales is the number one skill you can learn because any business needs sales. Any business will pay you more the more sales you can make. When you start your own business, it's purely sales to make money. Sales, sales, sales. You're always selling yourself. Always. Like marketing is sales before you sell. Before a sale, you literally, good marketing is sell somebody. Good copywriting sells people. Good videos sell people. A good body sells people. Right? Cool. Any other questions, guys? I got to hop on a coaching call with Paul with one-on-one business mindset performance coaching. Any last minute questions, guys? Nope. Awesome. Cool, guys. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys on Friday for the Unbreakable Mindset group call. Just message me if you guys have any questions. Don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll talk to you guys soon. You guys can leave the chat now. Me and Paul are going to stay on.